In this video, I'm going over 10 things I'm doing to prepare for this year's National Wrestling Tournament. Now, if you did not see my last video, I qualified for the D2 Wrestling National Championships by winning one of the toughest, actually, I'm gonna say it, the toughest super region in the country. Look at this bad boy. It was so cool, such a fun experience, and I cannot wait to compete at the National Tournament in 1 week from today. Now, I kind of want this to be a really personal video with you guys who are still wrestling because I really appreciate you watching my videos and coming back on a consistent basis, and I really want to see my community win, and I want to see this community do really well. If this is your first time seeing one of my videos, I went 0-2 at the Super Region last year, went from a 500 wrestler to now qualifying for Nationals, winning over 90% of my matches this year. Kind of like the same thing that happened in high school. I didn't make it to state as a #1 seed and came back the next year and won it. If you want to see some good wrestling videos, check out the rest of them. But here we go, hopping into the 10 things I'm doing to prepare. Starting off with #1 is the same things that I've already been doing. It's too late in the year to do anything else. Your stamina, it's basically going to remain the same. Technique, it's going to be the same. You should not change up your nutrition or diet because at the end of the day, why would you want to change what's working? Heck, you made it to state, you made it to nationals. Why stop here? #2, I am trying to do more fun things outside of wrestling. And yes, I know wrestling's like the toughest thing you can do, but if you're in wrestling, I know you think wrestling's fun too. But between school and, of course, for me, making these videos and practices, lifts, it can get so busy and it can get crazy. Just having fun with your team or whatever it may be, I think is so crucial, especially for this week, as Nationals is such an important tournament. So one thing I've been doing is actually using these new gel blasters. Now, they are the sponsor for this video, so thank you, the guys, for sponsoring. This allows me to put these videos out in the best quality that I can and keep upping that. This allows me to keep upping the quality of my videos and getting these out to you guys. So check out this little vid. It's insanely fun. So this gel blaster surge right here, these are actually insanely fun. For the gel blaster surge, you got two modes. One is a single shot, right? Boom, the classic. But what happens when you go to rapid fire? That's insane. How's it feel?
Feels great.
So just getting ready to go to practice, but I think we need to show some more guys on the team this bad boy.
Best of one, craft versus shoe.
Oh, so wet. Soaked. Oh.
Now with the gel blaster surge, these gelatin in here are actually eco-friendly, so super safe. Click the link in my description box and use code Cayden10 to get 10% off your gel blaster order.
Yes, sir.
But now it's time for practice. #3, what I'm doing is rehearsing my goals. If you guys do not have goals set, you're doing something wrong. That's one thing I really lacked in youth. I think if someone asked me what my goal was, sure, I would say it, but I wasn't constantly reminding myself of it. I wasn't speaking it out into existence. But once I got to high school, I got super obsessed with the law of attraction and kind of manifesting things that come into reality. Now, whatever your belief is, I believe that this, of course, does play a role in it. And I think on this channel, I do want to bring more, I guess, like Christianity into my videos and kind of even just talking about it because I do think that is so important. And one of the things I've been doing recently with some guys on that team, we've been going into this InterVarsity group, which is all athletes who are Christian on campus, and it's pretty cool. We hang out, talk about God, and yeah. But what I've been doing to actually rehearse my goals is actually using the ATAC app. Now, of course, on it, there's strength, nutrition, stamina, all sorts of things you can test yourself and enhance your abilities. But for the mental side, you literally can set your goal and it has you record your voice and speak it out into existence. And that's something I really love about this app. And it's specifically focused on wrestlers, which is great. I'll definitely have to go into it and talk more in a different video. #4, what I'm doing is I'm training to sharpen and not to overexert. So what this means that I'm not pushing myself to crazy limits just to get injured. Like, we're only 1 week away from the national tournament, and being smart is definitely one of the most important things you can do. Of course, you still have to get a good sweat in. You kind of have to burn the lungs, of course, but focus on staying crisp, being sharp. Doing everything perfectly is way more important right now than just running your head straight into a wall. #5 is pounding liquids and limiting sugary drinks. Because for me, I love my coffees, right? And I'm using a lot less creamer now. But as the days go closer here, I'm definitely going to have to cut that out. What I see all the time is wrestlers not drinking water, especially like even a week out to try to lose weight. That's stupid. You need to be drinking like 1 to 2 gallons per day and then start cutting that out a day and a half to a day before you actually weigh in. Of course, everyone's body's differently and you have to kind of gauge that for yourself. But for the basic standpoint, listen to that again. Which actually, I should start drinking still. This allows me to literally drop, like 5 to 7 pounds per practice while still having my energy and morale up. Number 6, this is super important, but grinding school, like literally sitting there and grinding it out. For me, with doing YouTube, which is also my job too, so I'm like always working on that. You got school, you got wrestling practices, you got managing other types of things. But this week for me, I did not get to a start on this school week until like today, which is Thursday. And I literally grinded out like 6 quizzes, 29 assignments. And like, I hate doing school, but you got to do it. And for me, I'm all online, so that's why I have the ability to do this. And I also completed next week's as well, because next week is the travel week competition. You don't want these extra stressors worrying on you. Literally for me, knowing that that work has been put in and it's all done, it's the same as all the haze in the barn, like wrestling. I don't have to worry about it, and I can put all my effort and energy into doing my best at the national tournament. Number 7 plays kind of back to number 1, but specifically, it's not treating it differently than any other tournament. Now, of course, it's the big national tournament, or if you guys for the state tournament, whatever age you may be. And of course, you're going to be excited, but try not to overhype the situation bigger than it is. Like I always tell myself before every match, no matter what happens, I'm going to have a family, roof over my head, food on the plate, and at the end of the day, it is just a wrestling match. But having a solid mentality and just going in there and wrestling consistently with how you've been doing, that's what's going to be the biggest thing to help you perform well. Number 8 is one of my favorite things to do. I actually love watching my own wrestling highlights. Now, I preach this all the time, but if you guys do not record your matches, please record your matches, because then there's no other way that you can do this. For me, it's super easy. I just go on my YouTube channel and I go look at my videos that I wrestled well in, and I watch those, and I kind of compile them into a highlight reel. You can put your favorite song under there and literally like listen to your favorite song while you're doing well. You're going to hype yourself up. You're going to be like, oh wow, like I'm actually like a good wrestler. For humans, it's so easy to be negative and see yourself as not good as you actually are. And of course, with positive self-talk, you're going to, of course, do better. But by watching your own highlights and really seeing that you're good, it helps you out so much, gains you way more confidence. So that would be kind of my biggest confidence tip if you guys are lacking in that area. Number 9 is getting enough sleep. Now, this is something I think I still need to do a little bit better, but I think the biggest thing would just be deleting TikTok right off my phone. But I feel like so many people now, of course, even once they go to bed, they sit on their phone, they start scrolling, watch a video. Next thing you know, it's 2 hours later and you're losing your sleep. Think about if your phone was at 0% and you have to plug it in, and you need that full rest period in order for you to be at 100%. Because if you stay up on your phone for another 2-3 hours, heck, you're waking up at 25% every day instead of 100%. So sleep's important. I know it's boring, but I gotta do it. And lastly, number 10 for what I'm doing to prepare for this year's national tournament is finding an excuse to win. Odds are someone is always losing, they have an excuse for it. But on the flip side, the people that are constantly winning, they have excuses to win. For instance, it could be like your why to wrestling. Why do you wrestle? Why do you do it? Think about your parents driving you to all these practices, your coaches invested in you, how many hours you spent in the gym, in the practice room, the commitment. Like, think about all these things that add up, and you have to find that excuse. You have to find that inside of you, and you have to really find that profound excuse to win. And that is called your willpower. Talent is important, don't get me wrong, but someone with more willpower and heart and desire to win, that's the person who's going to win. For a wrestling match, you don't need to be the better wrestler to win. You need to wrestle a better 7 minutes to win the match. By simplifying things down, you can break it up and you can find your own excuse to win. So those are the 10 things I'm doing to prepare for this year's nationals. I'm so excited. Just like I said, it's a week away. I remember sitting at the stands last year and just like picturing myself wrestling and getting on top of that podium, holding the bracket sheet, how I'm going to feel, what's going to be my walkout song. I'm just getting chills like thinking about it. Like, if your season is still going on, tell me how that's going. If your guys' season ended, tell me how you did. 2 videos ago, I announced a signed poster giveaway, and now from the random selection generator, the winner of the poster is Apex Wrestling Highlights. That's actually pretty crazy. He has some great videos on there. Sounds like he likes the $30 edit the best. So for Apex, I'll be reaching out to you in the DMs, and we're going to get you that signed poster. Thank you to all who entered. Let's get back to the vid. I want to give a shout out to my patrons who support me on the Patreon. So thank you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you guys next video.